Welcome, fellow castigators. Now, I've always loved the Addams Family, and Tim Burton is one of the few directors whose entire filmography I've seen. So naturally, I was excited to see a Burton-helmed series focusing on Wednesday. Unfortunately, it's weak sauce. It is the weakest of the sauce. I know you guys came here for a juicy negative review, but I'm a fair man, so I'm going to go over what I liked about it first. Sorry. You'll be expecting this one, but Jenna Ortega is great as Wednesday. Ignoring the musical, this is the oldest version of Wednesday we've gotten so far, and thankfully it works. She's fabulous. She has just the right balance of emotion and deadpan, like Data with more glaring. The characters don't really interact with Wednesday in any meaningful way, but that's hardly Ortega's fault. Although speaking of which, she does work well with Thing. Victor Dorobantu is the most charming little plot device as Thing, running around doing people's bidding and showing up to save the day when it's convenient. But no, seriously, Thing is easily the best character in the entire show. A close second is Uncle Fester. Fred Armisen is a great choice, and even better, he goes full Jackie Coogan for his performance. Every scene he's in is a joy to behold, and he really elevates the show to tolerable levels. Too bad he only gets half an episode. It's funny that the characters that are the most accurate ended up being the best. What a concept. It's almost like the writers aren't talented enough to come up with characters as interesting as the pre-existing ones. Which finally brings us to the gauntlet of pain. My rant begins now. Wednesday gets dropped off by her parents at a boarding school that looks exactly like their house. This is only one of 2 appearances by Gomez and Morticia, which is fine because both characters have absolutely no life in them. They are neither fun nor interesting. To hurt my heart even more, whenever Gomez and Tish get romantic, it's treated as gross and awkward instead of endearing. Unfortunately, this beginning had the show going on a downward slope from the start because the Addams Family are just bitches to each other. This instantly removes everything that made the Addams Family special. The reason they're so beloved is because, despite being outwardly adverse to societal norms in the strangest of ways, they are significantly more functional than nuclear families that are considered normal. Sure, they have their problems like every family, but it's usually solved quickly, often followed by apologies and forgiveness. It's the same reason the Belchers are the best cartoon family to ever grace television. So if what makes the Addams Family special is absent for most of the show, both literally and figuratively, what you have is a recipe for disaster, and not the fun kind. Continuing in the spirit of character changes, Wednesday is unreasonably good at everything. She can do pretty much anything the script requires her to do without the assistance of others. I understand being skillful in some areas, but I didn't know being a girl boss gives you the power to be a master of all trades. This not only takes away any sense of danger the show might have had, but it means that everyone else in Nevermore is a wet blanket. Wednesday's roommate, Enid, is completely useless to plot movement until the last episode, and she seriously needs acting lessons. Those 2 things aren't related. Her snake-headed boyfriend is useless. The mean girl Bianca, who continuously looks everyone up and down and jerks her neck around when she talks, is useless. Eugene is mostly useless. Thornhill is useless until the end. The therapist is useless. Gwendolyn Christie is useless. But the most useless and the wettest blankets of all are Tyler and Xavier. Now, Wednesday is in a love triangle with these two. Yes, that's right. There's actually a love triangle. Other than desperation, I don't understand why they would want Wednesday. She's not remotely nice to anyone, and has no emotional connection to any of her alleged friends. It's touched upon briefly in the second-to-last episode, but never really explored or resolved. Wednesday's personality just comes off as an unapologetic, spoiled rich kid who has never been told no. I don't see why, just because she's severe and reserved, means she's obnoxious and can't get along with anyone. The only person she shows kindness is Eugene, and he was in a coma, so he didn't even get to experience it. Likewise, I don't know what Wednesday could possibly see in those two knuckleheads. Xavier is just whiny the whole time, and Tyler has like one facial expression. Let's forget the characters who all have incredibly shiny lips and names I can't remember, and talk about the story for a second. Well, there isn't much to say. The unfolding events are fairly predictable, and the allegories are about as subtle as throwing a brick at somebody's head. The audience is constantly treated like they're stupid. Every time they do show don't tell, and I think it's going to be a good scene, they turn right back around and explain it in excruciating detail through expository dialogue. It makes my head hurt. Which brings me to my main point. Let me go through all the variables real quick so I can think this through. Let's see. We've got a murder in a small town. We've got an impetuous teenage girl boss as the sleuth. She's in a love triangle with a brainless dweeb who has mommy issues and is the son of a brainless cop. And the other guy is a sulky, tortured artist with a satchel. Okay. We've got unnecessary cattiness from a black girl at the school. There's an awkward and pointless school dance episode. There's a coffee shop everyone inexplicably hangs out in. There's a suspicious teacher with glasses. And there's also a big... Wait a minute. No, it can't be. I've been tricked. I've been tricked into watching Riverdale. I thought I escaped this years ago. What transgressions have I committed to deserve such torment? When they were using Apple Tech and referencing TikTok, I should have known. I should have known what those bastards were up to. It's the same product in a different package. If you want to make stupid television, then that's your business. But when you want to take something that isn't stupid and make it stupid, that's when it's everyone's business. If you're going to put a stain on a beloved franchise by ripping off another show, couldn't you have at least ripped off a show that's good? I just wanted to see The Addams Family with modern actors and modern budget. A series about Wednesday seemed like a good idea. I just wanted it to be weird and funny. But like most properties these days, it somehow fell into the hands of a group of indolent chappies who couldn't write their way out of a cardboard box. Before I close this one out, I have a little PSA. If you're a young actor out there, stop the damn scoffing! Nobody scoffs! When was the last time you heard somebody scoff? Nearly every fricking actor in this fricking show scoffs. They scoff like every 2 sentences. It pisses me off. Anyway, I hope you found this informational. And like me, you'll be steering clear of anything that even vaguely looks like a teen drama. So long, fellow castigators.